field coming through turn 7, and the pace car now leaves the field in the hands of Denny Hamlin. He's on the inside of the number 11. William Byron on the outside of the 24. Green flag is in the air. We're racing into Glen. And right away, you see everyone jockeying for position as they dive into turn number 1. Michael McDowell on the inside of that 24 of Byron. McDowell trying to make this a shortcut into turn number 2.
Here they come up to the S's for the very first time. Denny Hamlin away with the lead, but Michael McDowell poised right behind him, ready to pounce. McDowell in the 34 has gotten by William Byron into 24, and it's a 3-car breakaway heading up the back straightaway with a scramble on behind them.
Looks like Hamlin might be holding up the 34 and the 24. Now, William Byron was great at Indy, but he had to start at the back, Steve.
Yeah, a little off the radar because he started last, but drove halfway through the field under green, finishing his time to top 15 as McDowell finally gets to the inside of Hamlin.
Side by side for the lead. McDowell made it work in turn number 1. He's there in turn 2. Denny's going to try to stay with him, but cannot. Michael McDowell in the 34 to the top of the leaderboard, and William Byron now closing in on Denny. Denny trying to throw a tad of a block there coming out of 4, but it's going to be a twofer. McDowell and Byron both passed the Hamlin car.
Watching the 9 car here, Chase Elliott trying to take a couple spots at 17 as well. Looking offline on Cindric. A little bit of dirt ahead. These guys, oh, we got the 99 spun. A little contact with the inside wall there. Going to try to get it underway. Try to rejoin traffic. I'm not sure that contact was too severe.
You're going to see him turn in. Now this next corner right here. Dale called it. It's all about the curbs. He kind of got his timing of steering wheel input over the curbs, kind of out of time. The car bounces to the right, gets very fortunate not to come back into traffic and not hit the inside wall. I mean, look at this right here, threading the needle with a barrier. Let's see what type of contact. Oh, barely a kiss.
Ty Gibbs looking strong here in the 54, chasing after that 11 of Denny Hamlin. But it is the 34 of Michael McDowell who comes out of 7 and sees the start-finish line. He's going to win stage 1 here at the Glen. Again, the top 10 finishers all will gain stage points, but the winner of the stage gets a playoff point.
McDowell, yes. Byron's on the racetrack. Hamlin, Ty Gibbs chase him onto pit road. Now it's all about pit stop time for these 3. Versus Byron, who says, hey, I'm going to run another lap on the racetrack.
Kim, Rick mentioned an impressive race so far for Ty Gibbs, who has kept it in the top 5 the entire time. You see the race off pit road. They're going to make a slight adjustment for Gibbs, who said the car was pretty good, but lost a little bit of grip the longer they ran. The interesting part here is where do they all cycle out? Rudy Fugle made the last-second call, Steve, to leave William Byron out, taking advantage of that clean track you mentioned earlier. Will it be an advantage, though, once the pit stop happens?
Well, nice work by the 34. That's a smaller team, a smaller pit crew department to hold off 2 big teams in Gibbs. Oh, but the driver, Micah McDowell, a penalty. What he did a week ago was perfection. Great execution. This time driving through too many boxes. You're only allowed 3. There's blocks 1, 2, 3, and 4. Remember, drivers on the left side, which is the same as Indy. They've done this, so let's just count this, right? As he turns right, he touches box 1, box 2, box 3, box 4. He's in pit stall 5. You can only drive through 3. It wasn't even close. It'll be a pass-through penalty for McDowell. A huge mistake for a driver that was perfect a week ago.
Meanwhile, Rudy Fugle making that call, leaving William Byron out. That one extra clean lap in traffic, a terrific stop by the team. Now we'll see where he cycles out. There thunders the field. Can he beat him out?
So remember, the 34 has to serve a penalty. Now, I'm not sure Byron knows that, but he knows the 11 is going to be the leader of the race. No, the 24, to Marty's point, running one extra lap. That lap time for William Byron so fast that between that and the pit work, I'm not exactly sure where it is, but you see it on the racetrack. He leapfrogged those guys. He now controls the race of the cars that have come to pit road.
Michael McDowell was leading, fell back to 15th after that pit road penalty. He's worked his way back up to 12th. Message from Travis Peterson, eyes forward. When we get through these cars to about the 7th spot, that's where we're going to really have our hands full. So pick them off as you can, as quick as you can, until we get to that point as we wind down the end of stage 2.
On the final lap, again, William Byron has about an 0.8 of a second lead over Denny Hamlin. William Byron looking for his 8th stage win of 2023. It's the most of all drivers, and William Byron just continues to fill that bucket full of playoff points with 4 wins already, and now another point there for winning stage 2. William Byron continues to look like the #1 seed as we get closer and closer to the playoffs.
All right, watch Ty Gibbs. Comes off turn 6. Was pushing hard to try to get around Hamlin. Look at how he lost the rear grip. And when he did that, he lost momentum. And now Larson gains on him, and now it says, I'm just going to outbrake you. Drives deep in the corner, puts Gibbs in a position, either give the spot up or give room, or possibly get spun. Gibbs, a young driver, but a wise decision right there, giving way to Larson.
Trouble out of turn number 4 for Chase Elliott. Elliott is off the pace, and he's slinging the car back side to side. Chase Elliott has a problem coming out of the S's.
You have to imagine.
He may be out of fuel. Alan Gustafson said earlier, flip the switch. When you flip the switch, in reserve, we have 3 laps. They told him a moment ago, you have 2 laps, but obviously Chase Elliott out of fuel on the racetrack, needing a win at Watkins Glen or Daytona next week. Looks like it's going to be a must-win for sure at Chase Elliott at Daytona next Saturday night.
He's going to come to a stop here in the middle of the bus stop. That's going to bring out a yellow as he can't get the car refiled. There's your caution. Big break for these cars on pit road, Steve.
Absolutely. As soon as they saw the 9 slow, all the leaders knew they had to get pit road. This was the chance for the 24 to have an error or lose control. In the end, it was a perfect counter by William Byron. Rudy Fugle, they got the pit road perfectly, Marty. And for Hendrick Motorsports, a double whammy. The Chase Elliott car runs out of gas, brings out a yellow, and on the green flag pit stop, the 5 of Kyle Larson, who just drove into the top 3 and looked like he had speed to compete. Too fast exiting. Now that we're under yellow, unlike McDowell, who would have had a drive-through, this penalty for Larson will be tail end. So give up all that magical track position. He'll start last when we restart this race.
Back underway at the Glen. Right back into the gas quickly is William Byron in the 24. He's got that inside line with Denny Hamlin diving on that outside, and he gets right up to the door. Contact made as they come off of turn number 1. It's Byron surging ahead of Hamlin.
Byron will keep the lead as they enter the S's, watching the race for 3rd, watching the race for 5th, double wide through the S's. Doesn't happen a lot. A.J. Allmendinger into 16th, pressing the point on the 20 of Christopher Bell. Leaders out of 4, setting up for the interlude.
And it's all gone bad for Michael McDowell. Just a lap ago, he came on the radio and said, feels like we're maybe losing power, and then he said everything shut off. So that's why he's in the pit stall here. He said that the battery is still indicating that that's on, but the team is not exactly sure what the problem is. But last week's winner is in the doghouse this weekend. It's not going to be another win for McDowell.
5 wins in a row for Hendrick Motorsports at Watkins Glen. If he can make it to this last corner of the racetrack, and not only 5 in a row for Hendrick, but a call to the field. I'm ready for the championship battle. Let's roll.
A career year already for William Byron as he comes up on the checkered flag and getting his first road course win. William Byron is going to win at the Glen.
Great car, great drive, great spot. Thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Woo! Oh, Jack, baby.
And an issue here. Look at this as they were coming off of turn 7. You see the 3 of Austin Dillon parked there.
Well, I have to give credit to Dale Jr. He said there had to be more to it, and sure enough, our team down in the trucks on replay found this is heading into the left-hander turn 6. That is Dillon getting into the left rear a little bit, rear bumper of the 5 of Larson. He obviously feels that that was over the top or too aggressive, because he then tries to counter, and he gets in there real deep, locks up the right front, and up the track they both go.
Yeah, there's big contact there. The 7 of Corey LaJoie also got into this a little bit right here. He got into the back of the 5. The 2 of them also, after they got out of their cars, had a little heated discussion on pit road. We see this where Austin came up to Kyle. Normally there's a few hand gestures that go along with it.
This is a breakout year. When this young man is done decades from now, circled this season. This is when William Byron showed up on the scene with 5 wins.
Boy, Hendrick Motorsports knows how to get it done at Watkins Glen. First career road course win for William Byron. Rudy Fugle told you earlier this week, treat these last 2 regular season races, William, like they're preseason NFL games. That looked like a postseason warning shot more than anything else. Maybe the most dominant win of your career, William?
Yeah, I'd have to think about it a little bit, but definitely feels really good, man. It's, you know, just a huge credit to the race team behind me. And I want to thank Max Pappas. You know, this first road course win, we've worked years and years for this. So just thanks to him. I know he's watching back home. And thanks to all the guys on the team, Valvoline, Liberty, Exalta. I did a lot of laps on iRacing this week. I got a new simulator at home, so thanks to those guys, and just thanks to everyone back home for the guys who support me. And yeah, it's a great win. You know, I don't know what it means and all that. I don't read into that, but I think you know, it shows that when we're at our best, we can perform like this.